Good afternoon, everybody. Let's take a look at your news headlines on this Friday afternoon. An extra hour of sunlight is almost here. Plus, today is the 60th anniversary of Bloody Sunday in Selma and the funeral for a longtime member of Mobile Fire Rescue. Let's begin News 5 now.
Brought to you by Green & Phillips, covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. News 5 Now starts right now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Devin Walsh. Glad to be joining you for News 5 Now on this Friday afternoon. Boy, Friday is what I'm calling it. A lot of people are a little bit sleepy this week after enjoying all the Mardi Gras festivities. So maybe you can relax a little this weekend. Keep your eyes tuned to the weather forecast because we are expecting some possible showers and storms tomorrow and into Sunday. So just keep that in mind, and hopefully it won't impact your plans, but it might. So if you don't have that weather app, go ahead and download it. Let's go ahead and get to our big stories at this hour. Something big happening this weekend, daylight saving time. We'll have our clocks jumping 1 hour, meaning we will be seeing longer days. So don't forget to change your clocks. The time change was proposed by a New Zealand astronomer in the 1890s. The U.S. got on board during World War II. Number 4, the potential for bad weather has forced organizations to move up the Trinity Gardens annual parades. The Trinity Gardens Heritage Parades are set to roll at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. 3 different organizations will parade through the community, followed by the Mobile Terrace Motorcade at 2 p.m. Number 3, today marks 60 years since civil rights marchers were brutally beaten by law enforcement officers on Selma's Edmund Pettus Bridge. On March 7, 1965, hundreds of demonstrators marched to demand the right to vote. They were met with more than 50 state troopers and dozens of policemen on horseback. Number 2, Foley is redrawing its city council districts ahead of this year's municipal election. Officials say the city has to readjust those district lines to accommodate population changes. This week, the city council voted to approve a first reading of the ordinance setting those new district boundaries. They still have to vote to approve the ordinance. They want to do this and have it in place by the time the elections roll around in August. And number 1, final farewells today for a longtime member of Mobile Fire Rescue. Loved ones gathered at Prince of Peace Catholic Church this morning to say goodbye to former Deputy Fire Chief Alex Trenier. He passed away February 23rd. This week, the City Council voted to rename the Crichton Fire Station in his honor. And that is a look at our big stories at this hour. Okay, everybody, now it is time for our question of the day and our poll of the day. And our question of the day has to do with a case that you'll have to think about, because it may be a while since you've thought about it, but Casey Anthony, remember her? She was charged in the death of her young daughter. She was acquitted. She never went to prison for it. She's joined TikTok. So can she ever be redeemed? We asked you what you thought, because a lot of people felt like she did kill her daughter and that she got away with it. So, a lot of people kind of had that in their mind. Catherine says, no, she killed her daughter with no remorse. We will never forgive her. Tiffany says you should never be redeemed for doing that to your child. Absolutely frickin' not, according to Leslie. By Jesus only, says Tucker. Never. That's between her and God. She should be in prison forever. Absolutely not. Never. She killed her child. So pretty much everybody's in agreement that no, she should not be redeemed after, what happened. She may have been acquitted, but they do believe that she killed her daughter. So a lot of people not looking for redemption for Casey Anthony. Okay, now it is time for our poll of the day. And this is something that has been in the news all week. Should the 10 Commandments be displayed in Alabama schools? Should the 10 Commandments be displayed in Alabama schools? Some lawmakers want to do this. So we're asking you to vote yes, no, or no opinion. And it's definitely one of those subjects where a lot of you have opinions. So go ahead and vote. And then if you want to comment, we'll read some of your comments as well. All right, everybody. I want to thank you all for joining me for News 5 Now. I'm Devin Walsh. I'll see you tonight for News 5 at 5 o'clock.
Covering news from your neighborhood and around the world. You are watching News 5 Now. Brought to you by Green and Phillips.